welcome back to my channel. If you're new there, hi, my name is Cal, and thank you for stopping by my little nook of the internet called Saguko. Saguko is a little art shop I plan on opening up sometime this year, and I'm just using this channel to document that journey. So if you're interested in wanting to see how all the chaos and hopefully success unfolds, then please stay tuned. I hope you'll stay a while. I do apologize for the difference in format. I did originally have footage of myself talking on camera. However, upon rewatching that footage, I determined that it was not camera ready, if you know what I mean. So I had to get a little creative and figure out how I was going to introduce what the topic of this video was going to be. And I thought, well, hey, we're artists. Sometimes it's our job to be a little innovative. And I thought creating these little short animated stills would suffice. And I kind of like them. I hope you do too, because maybe I might start utilizing this approach more, or do a mix actually, because I do still have footage of myself on camera. Or maybe some people don't care and they just want to see the art. And honestly, if you're one of those people, I am not mad at you. So, all right, that's enough yapping from me. How about we skip over to the painting? First things first, I needed to run over to FedEx to get my designs printed, and here are the designs that we will be working with today. But because I bit off more than I could chew in a weekend, the designs that I end up finishing within this video are really just going to be the following here. One design is inspired by my derp face gremlin, while the other design is my OC Sagu just jamming out on her guitar. The third design is just a little stylized portrait of Utada Hikaru based off of her Devil Inside album art, and this design will not be included in the shop at all. It was just a fun little side project. I've always admired Utada's work. Simple and Clean was the first song I ever heard, like most Hikki fans I'm sure, and lately I've been diving deeper into her older albums, especially Exodus 04. That was the first album I ever heard from Utada. I was about 10 years old when it came out, and I just have continued to fall in love. And as I'm older now, I just appreciate music so much more. And I think I want to start incorporating those inspirations into my work. So be on the lookout for more musically inspired pieces of artwork. Also, just out of curiosity, are there any Utada fans on here right now? If so, please comment below. I want to see you. I've never met any fans in person. Let me know what your favorite album or albums are and favorite songs. For me, my favorite albums would definitely have to be Deep River and Hatsukoi, while my favorite songs is really hard. But to say whatever comes to mind, the first two songs that come to mind would have to be Letters and Ozoro de Dakishimete. Hopefully I said that correctly, but I will put the title of the song on the screen. But yeah, those two are definitely bangers for me. So let me know what yours are. Okay. That is enough yap and sidetracks from me. I'm gonna go ahead and cut away to the painting. I hope you all enjoy the scenery, and I'll check back in with y'all later, okay? Honey, can I finish working, please? I need you to not sit on my art. You don't care. Okay, you don't even care. That's cool. Go and get... Hey, don't attack me, you jerk. Don't attack me. this final shot, I'm just rearranging the starbursts that I had cut out separately for the backing to kind of make it more of a two-dimensional woodcut piece. But switching gears for a moment, we're actually going to go ahead and start working on the cat woodcut design. I actually had 3 different color variations of this design based off of different colored cats, and I thought that option might be nice to include for other cat parents if they want to pick a design based off of their own little kitty. So you let me know if that's something y'all would be interested in. But for now, we're going to choose gray because my own cat is gray. Well, she's actually tortoiseshell, but gray is close enough. Avatar Cal popping in to say, unfortunately, I actually don't have that much footage of me painting this little lady. It wasn't until I actually started editing this video that I realized I didn't film much of it because I think I did this painting predominantly at night. And as a result, I only have what I have here. So I think that kind of also opens up the door for me to consider maybe getting better lighting, better interior lighting, so that way I can film my process better at night. So I do apologize for that. I do, however, have plenty of footage of me working on my Utada woodcut painting, so I hope you'll enjoy that in the meantime. Alright, popping back in again to show off some of the finished designs. Here is the one of Sagu jamming out on her guitar. I thought it turned out really good. I really like the wood layering that I did. I've seen other artists do that with their pieces, and I just wanted to try it out for myself, and I think it really paid off. I definitely want to keep experimenting with woodworking to see how it all turns out. And here is my kitty painting. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't have the footage to show the process for all of this, but I'm also really happy with how it turned out. And I actually ended up hanging this one up on the wall. I used like these backing hangers that I purchased from Amazon and just used some wire nails to apply to the wall and hang them. For this one, I need to figure out how I'm going to hang it. I'll probably just use wire instead of the hangers. That might be a little bit easier to apply. But with this little lady, I can just plop her up on the wall and she fits perfectly. And I kind of have like a little collection going on my wall right now. So it'll be kind of nice to fill up the room and see how many of these little guys I can do. And last but certainly not least, I have my Utada woodcut painting. As you can see, she is still a work in progress. Unfortunately, I can't give her too much attention. I do want to devote my attention to items or designs that will actually be in the shop. But for now, she at least gets to sit nice and pretty on my windowsill next to her wonderful albums. Okay, before I wrap up today's video, I just have a few closing thoughts. For starters, well, actually before I get to the closing thoughts, thank you so much for even watching this far along and just hanging in there and actually being genuinely curious of what I have to show and offer on this channel. That really means a lot. And to transition into that, thank you so much to everyone who found me through TikTok and supported me. In the past like couple of weeks, I made a post of just like a random photo dump of some designs I'd been working on, and that post for me blew up. I have no blow up might mean something different for other people, but for someone whose traction on social media has been very slow rising, to see that jump in like engagement, jump in followers for just this one image, or few images actually, and to see so many people comment like, I can't wait for your shop to open, or oh my gosh, I would love these, like that really does help, because it means like, hey, people are actually genuinely interested in, you know, my ideas, my products, so let's keep this ball rolling. So it really does mean a lot. You all helped me, you know, jump from like 135 followers to over 700 in, again, just a few weeks, which I didn't see coming. And so that means that I just have to step up my game even more, which is good. I want to bring my A game to the shop and just art in general, as far as like, you know, learning to live this creative lifestyle and hopefully turn it into something good. On top of that, I also just want to thank you for your patience in all of this. I know I don't have a shop. I haven't announced a shop update yet, or sorry, I haven't announced a shop opening yet, because again, I do want to take my time with this. I just feel as if I rush things, I will regret it. But at the same time, I do know that I feel as if I shouldn't take too long, because you know, as they say, if you wait until you're ready, you're never going to be ready. So it's, again, finding that balance. And I do hope that you all will still continue to be a little patient as far as this channel goes and my art goes. So I know I can be a pretty random person when it comes to like projects. You know, I feel as me just working on the Utada Hikaru portrait itself was also kind of random, especially if I'm not even planning on selling it in my shop. But I am still kind of like in this experimental phase at the same time. So one minute you might see me, you know, working on these woodcut paintings, and then the next video you might see me working on a punch needle rug design. I even started playing around with 3D modeling, because at some point I would like to produce an art toy. And I actually have that printout, that 3D model printout. I haven't done a video on it yet. I eventually will, but here, let me show you really quick. So I actually played around a little bit with Womp. Womp is a in-browser free-to-use 3D software, and it's pretty fun. I struggled with it though, I'm not gonna lie, the first few times. Something about it it was hard. Like, I found Nomad Sculpt to be easier. But eventually, after watching another artist play around with it, actually I'm seeing a lot of artists play around with it, it made me want to try again. And I am at least happy to say that the 10th attempt was actually pretty successful. And so I ended up taking like this design right here of my character in her little salmon roe costume, and I turned her into this. This was just like really like a basic pose. I actually didn't stylize her in the design that I showed earlier. And I was actually really happy with it. I wasn't happy with the size though. I don't know, I thought I had made her smaller. This is actually huge and kind of heavy. Because like I intended it for her to be like a little keychain. So I even made like a little loop and everything. But she's very heavy. But it only made me want to try again. And unfortunately my print was, you have to make these little holes in them. I think they're called drainage holes for the 3D modeling to be successful. And unfortunately I like made them where I guess I didn't need to. And that just kind of comes with like my ignorance and just not fully understanding 3D printing, or like what it takes to actually get an object printed out. So I'll just try again, but eventually I probably will get her painted, but I do want to try again with another design. So I'll probably end up making a video about that. So that's kind of just it. Here, let me kind of show her more fully. I feel like I didn't really show her in her entirety. But yeah, it's actually kind of cute. Although the head it's like so big, kind of reminds me of a Funko Pop, and I kind of don't want it to look like a Funko Pop, so I think that just means we have to like go back to the drawing board and like make sure like the design is kind of like more unique to me. But yeah, that's just a prime example of what you'll probably see on this channel. Of course, everything related to me opening my shop, but along the way, I'm probably gonna experiment with different styles, different ways of making art, because that's just, you know, that's just a huge part of my identity. So I feel like if you're not experimenting as an artist, then that's not bad, but for me it's not good, that's all. So, but that is, I think that's really all I have to say. I actually had so much more going on with this video. Like I had like this concept in my head where I was gonna kind of break it down each day. Like, okay, on Thursday I ran to the store, I grabbed my supplies, da 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 da. I kind of wanted to do more of a like talking vlog, but again, after watching that footage of me talking throughout the vlog, I was like, this doesn't look that great. So let me improvise. So again, I apologize for like the interesting formatting, but at the same time, there's a part of me that kind of likes it. But that's just like an extra layer to these videos that may take a few like extra steps and extra time, if that is the route that I want to go. So, all right, I feel like I could be on here and ramble forever. So let you guys get out of here. And again, thank you so much if you stayed this long. Thank you. I hope you'll tune in for the next video and the next piece of work that I have to share. So, all right, y'all take care. See you next time.